Master Chef, yo, what up? Travis, what up, baby? You good? Good to see you, man. God bless. My man Nick is in the building, Boston born. Time's up. There he is. Stop the clock. Concrete Sailor, stop the clock. Boston born, stop the clock. Darnell Gully, what up? Stop the clock, man. Good to see y'all. DL, Ghetto, Will, stop the clock. My man Will, what up, beloved? M.O.B, there he is, stop the clock. Sharon's my homegirl, stop the clock. Potter was shaking. Did that vegan video for you. I don't know if you saw it, though. I thought, nah, I didn't see it. Hey, baby. I didn't see it. Beloved, where you at with it tonight? I'm at the terminal, man. There's a sad and horrible thing happened. I'm grateful that it didn't happen to me, but I feel for the families of these drivers. I left my receiver today and ended up being 4 miles from where I was going from my terminal, exit 201 on the I-65, and there was a massive truck accident with multiple trucks. 2 truckers died. It was an absolute mess. They took us off the road at exit 193. It was backed up all the way into the 170s. That's 30 miles. So if you can imagine, from the 201 all the way back to the 170s, that's 30 miles. Like I said, it was bad. And when I think about it, you know, a lot of people are like, well, you know, these truckers, the way they drive out here, sometimes we see these drivers and we're like, it serves them right. But all I could think about is what door was going to get knocked on that night, or what phone call was going to be made, and who was going to be at the other side of that phone to receive the message that their loved one died in a truck tragedy. It must have been pretty bad, because finally when I got off at the 193, I went and I dropped my trailer, which was like 7 miles from the 193, dropped my trailer, hooked up to the other trailer, secured my load, and went to go back to my terminal, and the traffic was still all the way backed up because they rerouted the traffic actually past my terminal. So we're talking like I was in the traffic for 3.5 hours. So mind you, I go secure my load and get back on the road to go to the terminal, and it's still backed up. So that means that they must be over there investigating. And yeah, you see that C right there? You know, C for Choicemas. Appreciate that. I know you like that blood shit, right? But I'm not wearing the colors for any reason, just in case that was misconstrued. I just like the C for Choicemas and 2 stars. I'm not a Chicago fan either. But nonetheless, but I am a Fitted fan, if you don't already know. So, God bless, and my condolences go out to the drivers and their families, because, like I said, all I could think about was that phone call. Whoever had to get that phone call to find out that their loved one was no longer with us. That's, when I think about it, that's crazy, you know. Trucks was all over apparently the mess was all over the freeway. One truck went off the overpass or went up the hill and got tumbled over down into, it was wedged up. Another one of the trucks was literally severed. The cab was severed from the rest of the truck. Um, it was bad. It was bad. So all y'all truck drivers out there, be safe, man. I know that, you know, my loved ones drive out here with us, especially my daughter who has just started driving. Really, uh, you know, she has a permit and things, and I can't imagine. We just got to be safe, you know. But with all that said, I don't want to get too much into that. But that's, you know, that's what it is. I always got, like I said, I always got so much to talk about. I don't really know how to get much into it. All right, yo, chef, send me the videos. It could be just vegetarian too. It doesn't really have to be vegan, just meatless. But I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Um, on 89, it was on I-65 at the 201. It wasn't good. I was on the phone with my man Rhodes. Let's Travel. Y'all don't know, go check out his channel. Go show my boy some love. Fellow New Yorker. He be doing his thing. He got an underestimated channel. Uh, Guy's talented. Go check out Road Less Travel. If you haven't already, subscribe. You know, he's a funny dude too. Um, but don't get it twisted. Anyway, yeah. So I got a lot going on, and not like bad at all. I told my man this morning. I said, you know what? If all I got to do today, compared considering what I've been through, and even where I was even a year and a half ago, if all I got to do is complain about traffic, I'm doing pretty damn good. Really. I'm doing pretty damn good, especially considering I signed up for an industry where traffic just comes with the job. So it doesn't make any never mind to get upset or frustrated or road rage over traffic, because that's like, you know, signing up to be a carpenter and getting mad because you gotta pound nails all day. I mean, it comes with the territory. So, Iron Wolf, peace, brother. You know, it's it's a good thing. Like I said, I really, when I thought about it this morning, and this is before this accident happened, I literally told my brother that if all I have to complain about, I don't have nothing to complain about on the home front. I don't have nothing to complain about financially. I don't have nothing to complain about. You know, if all I'm complaining about is the weather and traffic, I'm in a good spot. I'm in a really good spot. Uh, yeah, yo, Iron Wolf, I don't never be on Facebook, so no problem on the ad. I should, but I'll never, you know what I'm saying? I don't be on it though. Uh, Miss M.A.S, that's my wife right there, y'all. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. In the moment, it was just really sad to think about. So y'all all be safe, man, and every time I leave the house, New York, my father-in-law tells me go with God. Every time. He don't miss a beat. He makes sure he tells me go with God. So and so does my wife. But my father-in-law tells me every time. He don't miss a beat. And I hear him like clearly every time he says that to me. It doesn't it doesn't fall on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody in the live. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for joining me, man. I got 28 people in here. Let me get back on here. Laura, what's up, Laura? Time's up, man. I had a lady follow me into a scale house last week in Florida. She fell asleep at the wheel. She ran in the back of the trailer and lost her 4-year-old son. It's I don't even have words really. It's son, why you looking mad young? I might have to start eating carrots and stuff. Yo. Yo. Man, decent peace, Queen. Stop the clock. Uh, yeah, that is sad. That is sad, man. Will Johnson. There was 100 pile up on 80, I think, Saturday. Yeah, in Wyoming. That's another thing. He means well, but every time I leave the house, my father-in-law be telling me everything negative about the road and the weather. He's like, if you're headed in this direction, make sure you don't run into no tornadoes, or make sure you're not running into the lightning storm. That's I'm like, bruh, you know what I mean? He means well, but like I'm headed out the door, and the first thing I do before I even get to my truck, I got a whole list of all the negative things that I'm about to encounter before I even get out there. You know, it's something I can laugh at. His spirit is cool though, man. The dude loves me, I love him back. um, Wolf said, "Amen." Choice, I feel the right same way. Boricua, peace. Boricua, peace. Y'all know what it is. Gloves, beloved. Yo, Will. Uh, yo, call me on Saturday, man. Call me on Saturday morning and tell me to do the shit. Just put a foot in my ass and tell me to do the shit. Put your foot on my neck. Whatever you gotta do. I got the joints put aside for you, man. It's just about me getting to the damn post office. I ain't even gonna bullshit you. I got them put to the side. I be, I get lazy when I get to the crib. You know what I mean? So, and I, as much as I ain't gonna lie to you about being lazy, I'm not gonna lie that I do get on the road thinking about you too. I'm like, yo, man, this dude Will been waiting for them gloves for like 4 months. By the time I give him, he ain't gonna need them anymore. Even though I use them through the summer too, though. You know, um, but it's cool, man. I got them for you. I got them for you. Uh, didn't I just? I bypassed 80. I went to 90 and dropped down on the 15 to hit Salt Lake City from Billington, Montana. I hear that, vegan life. Shit, I'm 32 out here having folks thinking I'm earning my early. Yo, you don't look 32. That's real. I didn't know you was 32. Bob, you right. You don't look 32. Just drove through Dubois, PA. It was wicked. And what happened to that? What happened to that? It was wicked rain and wind. Lightning was vicious. Justin C, what up? There goes my brother Justin. Uh, now Ma been on that. Ma been on that plant based. He was telling me about it before I even got on it. Should I still need them for next winter? Yo, I'm gonna send them to you. I use them through the summer too. I call me crazy. I like it because they just got that padding. So it ain't no real special, spectacular glove, but I'm gonna send them to you anyway, just because I said I would. I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about, and you've probably used them before, but it's all good, man. Stop the clock. Tip Top is in the building. You know what I mean? What's going on, everybody? Hey, I really ain't talking about nothing. I don't got much to talk about. Actually, I'm contradicting myself. I always have a bunch of shit to talk about, but I didn't come here with any topic really, other than I'm glad I'm not the man I was 7 years ago. Cause the way I respond to things, there's a lot of things that I have the ability to respond to, and the chance to respond to in life today that I'm just so grateful that I'm not that dude from 7 years ago or even 20 years ago. Because if I was, I'd be in a lot of trouble, man. I'd be in a lot of trouble. Your choice, I'm still scouting for midgets. Send them my way if you see the female ones, fam. I got you. Iron Wolf putting the APB out on all the midgets. Anybody see any midgets? Let me know so I can send them over to Iron Wolf. He be putting the midgets to work. Justice Service said, "I'm not where I want to be, but I thank God I'm not where I used to be." That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Justin, man. That's well put. You know, that's what it is. I was just thinking about that before I got on the live. I've been the theme sort of throughout the day today. You know what, too? A lot of people, um, it's a lot of people that they don't know it, but they should be really grateful that you're not that person that you used to be either, because you come across those people and you have dealings with those people, and they really have no clue or even an inkling of who you used to be and how you used to move and how you used to think. I mean, some people have no clue that they messing with, an undercover beast. Uh, and and I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful. Everything from uh, relationship responses, responding to your loved one, whoever that might be, or whoever you're in a relationship with, wife, girlfriend. For some of you, y'all might be in relationships with your cousin, but I don't got nothing to do with that. Uh, and relationships with your boss. I'm talking about business relationships, or even if you, or hell, investments, um, friends, children. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just really, really, really are clueless to what they're doing when they're doing it. And you could say that somebody is looking over them as well, because they get a break. They get a real break. They get a real pass. And they should be grateful but have no idea. You know what I'm saying? This trucker's life. Good evening. Good evening, sir. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So a lot of my dudes that's in here right here, I know a handful of my dudes that's in this live feed right now, different people. Me knowing them different from who they were 7 years ago, 10 years ago, and I'm sure they're grateful for that. And again, you could be sitting behind a person online. You could be, you know, you might, you might, you might puff your chest out and get real crazy, thinking you just have no idea. Get slick with the mouth. Um, you know, it's so many different situations that occur uh, that people just really don't have a clue. Um, and the crazy thing is, YouTube is not going to, nor do I need to be validated, but YouTube is not going to validate anyone in that way, shape, or form. So you just never know. Be careful. Whatever you put out there and whatever you take. You hear me? Whatever you put out there and whatever you take, it's going to come back to you tenfold. And whatever you take is going to be taken from you tenfold. You can believe that. And, and some people right now that's watching this video, there's some people that's going to see this on the replay and they're going to laugh and giggle like it don't happen to them, or they're just really not honest with themselves. You know what I'm saying? And whatever wasn't planted in faith will be taken down in doubt. You, I shout out to my man Rider 71. Shout out to all my people in here. Shout out to everybody that sits at my table with me and eat good food. Shout out to truckers feeding the homeless. Shout out to all you drivers that's putting it in. Shout out to all the wives that sit home waiting for the drivers to come home safe. Shout out to all those female drivers. Shout out to all y'all female drivers, because it's a nasty world out here. Y'all know it already. Um, and just, it's crazy. You know what's been happening to me? What's been happening to me in the past 9 months is God been doing a great job of, of replacing people in my life that don't belong in my life. Is been doing a good job of taking people away from my table and replacing them with people that's supposed to, that's on the same page. You know what I'm saying? I'm so, so, so grateful for that. Uh, and there's nobody that can tell me, uh, there's nobody that can tell me that it hasn't happened. Like I said, a lot of people will watch this, and is listening to me right now, and is on some ha ha ha, ha, yeah. But I've never been more serious in my life, man. Um, this dude is just really done good by me. He always does, but it's so it's visual for me right now. I can see it. It's a testimony for me, um, and I am extremely grateful for that. You know what I mean? It had to happen sometime because left to my own devices, outside of my circle, or it's not even people that's in my circle, just connecting yourself and attaching yourself. You know what? I'm going to talk about that real quick. Attaching yourself to people, unnecessary attachments. You know what I mean? It, if you're going to be attached to somebody, it might sound selfish as hell, but if you're going to be attached, I'm not talking about y'all have a bond, y'all have a loving relationship, and I'm talking about friends too. I'm not just talking about like in love. I'm talking about friends. Y'all have a loving, a sincere, authentic, organic relationship, a connection. Um, I almost forgot where I was going with that, but I did. I just went left with that. But it's good. It's good to know that all of those. Oh, that's what I was saying. Sometimes if you're gonna have an attachment to somebody, like an attachment, they need to be useful. They need to be useful. You feel me? Um, you have to have some use for them. And if you got any type of good head or a good heart, you're gonna reciprocate the same thing automatically. Like they have it, use me. That's what I'm here for. I'm just an attachment. I'm not even talking about those connections or those relationships because then it's more than it has nothing to do with using. But when you attach to somebody and they need to be useful, man. If they ain't useful, then they don't need to be an attachment. Imagine a vacuum that got an attachment that don't work. What do you do with that? You throw the damn thing in the garbage, or the whole vacuum. At that point, you know what I'm saying? Transport girl, what's going on? Uh, uh, the whole vacuum. I mean, you throw it in the garbage, like everything. So if you want to attach yourself to somebody, make sure that that person, like I said, I'm not talking about a genuine, authentic. I'm talking about attached for any other reason. Make sure that that person is useful. You know what I'm saying? It's not a selfish thing. It's something that, like I said, either the attachment is necessary or it's unnecessary. If it's unnecessary, you're just carrying dead weight. You're carrying dead weight, and in the end, you're gonna be the one that got used, and they got away scot free. Especially if you're not that person that you was 7 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or last month. You know what I mean? They're gonna get away scot free because you're gonna do your best way of responding to that nonsense in the most peaceful, humbling way before it gets out of hand, dangerous, um, and becomes uh, something that you just neither of y'all need in your life, basically. Uh, I had a friend of mine hit me, and he said I asked this friend of mine. I said, yo, every time you address this situation that he was addressing, that really at that point in time didn't even have much to do with him. I said, every time you address that situation, you attach yourself to that person. His response to me was, I just can't sit back and watch it happen. Shout out to my man. He knows who I'm talking about. He knows I'm talking about him. He's a friend of mine. And uh, that's another thing. If you got real friends, your friends ain't going to yes you to death. They're going to hold you accountable. in a respectful way, right? They're gonna they're gonna tell you when you're wrong in a respectful way, not in a demeaning, not in a degrading, none of that. You know what I mean? They're gonna tell you, look, the way you're moving isn't healthy for you. That's what a real friend is gonna do. So I told this dude, yo, every time you address this situation, you are attaching yourself to this person. His response to me was, I can't sit back and watch it happen. I can't sit back and watch this person go at other people. I can't sit back and watch this person act the way uh, that he's you know acting, whatever that might be. Yo, all my wrenches, get them out of here. Y'all know, get them out of here. Um, Riding with you. Eagle shot this. What's up, man? No disrespect. First time I watched the live stream. Okay, okay, Bobby G. Um, uh, I told him every time you address this person, you attaching yourself. Uh, Let him live, because he said no disrespect. So let him live. I don't know where he's going with it, but uh, you address it. Every time you address this situation, you are attaching yourself to this person. Now, there's times when some people want to be attached, and knowing that it's an unhealthy attachment. I understand that. You go in with the understanding that's an unhealthy attachment. So, but his response to me was, I can't sit back and watch it happen. I can't sit back and watch him go at these people and go at those people and say this, say that. And if it was, this is the thing. If I was who I was 20 years ago, I would have been on a plane going over here, and this would have happened, and that would have happened. My thing about that response is, if you as a friend, you come to me and say, hey, Choice, look, what you doing is not healthy, yada, yada, yada. And I keep telling you that, yo, if I was who I was 20 years ago, if I was who I was 7 years ago, chest out, whatever, oh, I would have handled it much differently. It would have been like this and it would have been like that. Granted, I heard it once, right? You hear it once. And you come back to me 3 months later on the same situation. I'm like, yo, I understand what you're saying, and you're right. I'm even telling you you're right, but I'm telling you at the same time, I feel like on the back end, I have to explain that, yo, if I was who I was 20 years ago, if I was who I was 10 years ago, I would have handled it like this. And then you walk away. A month later, you come back to me and you like, yo, Choice, I see you doing this. I don't know why you keep doing that. And I say, yo, I just can't sit back. If I was who I was 20 years ago, if I was who I was 7 years ago, I would have did this and I would have did that. Eventually, you're going to look at me and say, what's so hard about it? What's so hard about not attaching yourself to that person? Because really, you're going to look at me as if I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in that space. Like, you're going to look at me and say, Choice, you're not that guy. So why do you keep talking about that guy? You're not the guy you were 7 years ago. You're not the guy you was 20 years ago. You're not handling it like that. So why do you keep talking about it? Why do you keep talking about that guy? Why do you keep attaching your new self to your old self? Why do you keep doing that? So that's what I thought about in my head. I'm like, I left it alone because in my head, I'm like, look, if you're not that guy from 20 years ago, if you're not that guy from 7 years ago, why do you keep talking about that guy? That guy is gone. Yeah, we're a work in progress. Yeah, we're growing. Yeah, we're moving forward. But you're not moving forward if your response every time is, I'm not that guy I was 20 years ago. I'm not that guy I was 7 years ago. Actions speak louder than words. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's really easy. Either you're this guy today and the guy you used to be is no longer, or you're still stuck on the guy you used to be. And it's even worse when you're stuck on the guy you used to be and you're really not even him. Because now you're stuck on like this fictitious character that used to be the truth then, but he no longer exists. You know what I mean? Is that, you following me like that? Does that make sense? So I'm not going to come back and tell you all the time, especially a friend who knows that I used to be that guy. So why do I feel the need to have to keep reminding him that I'm not that guy that I was 20 years ago? I'm not the guy I was 7 years ago, 10 years ago. My friend is going to look at me like, yo, why? Tell me something I don't know. But if you're not that guy, why do you keep moving towards that characteristic? Why do you keep holding on to that image? Why are you holding on to that image? It's an excuse. It's an excuse. If I tell you, hey, look, if Rose calls me up and says, yo, Choice, leave it alone. Don't say nothing. Leave it alone. And I'm like, yo, Rose, I couldn't, man. I couldn't hold it down. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Or, yo, I had to give it to him. He had to get it. Yada, yada, yada. Rose is looking at me, but why? You know what I'm saying? What did it do for you? And I'm like, yo, look, he's just lucky I wasn't who I was 20 years ago. He wasn't who I was 10 years ago. It don't make sense to me, because I would expect Rose to say to me, your action speaks louder than words. If you are trying to move towards something different, why are you still talking about before? Why are you still talking about that old self? It's an excuse. So, and it's an excuse that people use all the time. Like, oh, I couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. It's not in me to, it's an excuse. Because either it's mastering you. And I have to ask myself, I have to ask myself, when something gets at me like that, am I going to let it master my emotions? Am I going to let it master my thought? Am I going to let it master the way I'm thinking? Am I going to let it master the way I'm responding? Am I going to let it master today? Let it master tomorrow? No, no. My actions speak louder than my words. So I'm a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I always say progress before perfection. And a lot of y'all, if y'all have any type of past experience with some of the things I had experienced, you know where that phrase comes from. It's progress before perfection. We're always going to be progress. There's no such thing as being perfect. So even you saying to me, or me saying to Rose, yo, Rose, you know I'm a work in progress. That's just me using good words. That's just me really enticing that's actually insulting. Because if I was Rhodes and if I was Rhodes and I really know Choice, me and Choice chop it up like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Me and Choice talk about, I know how Choice is. You insulting me with that. I know it's progress before perfection. Like you saying things that sound good, but I don't see what you're doing. I don't see you doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the progress, because every time we come to a situation where where progress is supposed to be shown, you're talking about the progress. I don't see the progress. So I'm not up for excuses. I'm not up for excuses. Have I made excuses? I'll be the first to tell you, yep. I've made plenty of excuses in my life. You know what I'm saying? Yo, progress before perfection. Shout out to my man Caleb with the 20. He said, the old personality does the new lives and doesn't remind himself, herself of the old because it's dead. And Caleb, I even know I you know it's going over right over some of the people's heads because they have no clue what you're referencing, and I know I already know. You know what I mean? I'm with you 100%. It is dead. That person is dead. So I don't benefit from Rhodes calling me up, Mob calling me up, Guilty calling me up, Courtney calling me up. I don't benefit from any of my mans back home that we have an organic relationship calling me up. I don't benefit from giving them excuses and trying to entice them with words that sound good in the hood. I don't get I don't benefit from trying to entice them from words that sound real philosophical on the corner or profound to the average ear. I don't benefit from that. I really don't. So action speaks louder than words, man. And I'm gonna say today, thank you to all the people that have been reaching out to me. Um, that we've spoken on the phone that I don't usually speak to on the phone. In the last month or two, there's some people, subscribers specifically, that I've spoken to on the phone and that I've built with briefly, that I'm sure that we will engage in more conversations on the phone, especially me knowing where their head and their heart is at. Uh, I appreciate y'all reaching out to me. And someone, I had a subscriber reach out to me last week, and this dude calls me up, and he knows who he is, and he says to me, "Choice, man, what's up?" I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Yo, you are not the same guy that I started, you know, that I started watching a year ago." And I say, "You're absolutely right." So I'm grateful for that because not that I need it, but it's good to hear. It's confirmation. It's confirmation because someone sees my actions. Someone sees my actions. They see my energy. They see that it's different. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for those people. I'm grateful for the people that know what page I'm on and support it. And don't make a mockery out of it. And you can mock it all you want. That's cool. If that's what you choose to do, I'm good with that. Another thing is, when you start to accept who you are today, when people start to point the finger at you and say, "Oh, you're this, you're that, you're a liar, you're a cheat, you're a swindler, you're all this other shit, you're a criminal," whatever they're pointing the finger at you and saying, when you become good with who you are today, that don't phase you no more. And that's what I mean. The response is different. You don't get all riled up. The response is different, which leads me to say that if you don't forgive yourself for anything that you've done, past transgressions or whatever, you can't accept who you are today. You can't. Yo, even the prison shit. Look, 9 out of 10 of my mans back home either just got home, uh, done did heavy bids, and some did short bids. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit and talk to these dudes, and every time I have a conversation with them, it somehow circles back to being in prison. I know you was in prison. There's no reason why you and I have to have this conversation. Really, I don't feel like you have to have that conversation with anyone. Really, because if you are who you are today, that previous life is previous. You leave it there. Do you forget it? No, that's who you are today. It built you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Hands was on you for a reason. Like, you went through all those things. You're here today breathing for a reason. You feel me? So I'm not gonna sit around and indulge as much as I got love for you. I don't want to hear it. Immediately I'm tuned out because it's not interesting to me. And the reason it's not interesting to me, listen when I say this, it's not interesting to me because I know who you are today. That's not the person that I'm talking to. I know what you're capable of. I know what you can do. I know how sick you can get. I know the harm you can do to others. I know how real you are. I know what the shots you done took. I know the 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 stabs, oxes, jabs, pokes, whatever that you done took. I know what your body, you know what I'm saying? That you hold scars behind the shit. I don't need to hear that every time we have a conversation because I don't see you that way. I went through some shit with somebody on YouTube, um, and I'm not talking about the dude that I lost my cool with on the phone in Guilty's live feed. I'm not talking about him. I went through some shit with somebody on YouTube and I didn't take it to YouTube. I didn't do a video. I called him personally. And when I spoke to him, I specifically told him over the phone, I said, look, the shit that you do on YouTube, everybody sees this type of person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sees this YouTube celebrity, if you will. He's not really a celebrity, but damn it, he's climbing and he got followers loyal. But overall, I told him, I said, yo, man, listen, if you kill the mom, they're gonna find someone else to watch. They're gonna find drama on another channel, and you'll be forgotten. I'm not saying by everybody. There's a select few that's real that'll stick by him, and real talk, I'm one of them. But again, considering him a friend, especially at the time, I told him, I said, look, I see you differently. So what people see on YouTube and what I see is two different people, and I just needed him to know that. Um, and I still believe that. I still believe that. So be careful of them doors you open. Be careful of them people that you're dealing with. Um, be careful of them doors that you open. What I mean by that is, y'all, y'all like, don't leave these doors open for demons to come in. Don't leave these doors open for these foul people to walk right into your life. Don't invite them into the house. That's like that shit. And what's that movie? What's that movie with the little girl Poltergeist? You remember when the demon priest showed up to the door and he couldn't come in unless they invited him. Be careful of what you invite, man, into your space. And you can do it through social media. Every time you click on a video, you're inviting that energy into your space. Be careful of who you sit and have a conversation with. Understand that you're inviting that energy into your space. Um, be careful of the things you talk about, because you conjure, the word conjure, you conjure up certain things in your life. Be careful. Some people walk through life day to day with clueless or in complete denial of the things that they conjure up in their life and the things that they're inviting into their space. I couldn't be more serious about this. And I'm in a yo. I got a good life. I got a good life. Uh, considering, um, considering where I was even as a child, and considering where I was in my previous life, I got a good life today, and I'm grateful for that. I don't need to be rich. Matter of fact, I am rich. I don't need to be wealthy to have a good life. I don't need to be posting pics of my brand new car that I do have at the house with less than 6,000 miles on it. I don't gotta post pics of it here online. I don't need to do none of that. I don't have to. I don't have to post pics or make videos about my wealth or my source of wealth. I'm rich in so many ways. It ain't got nothing to do with money. You know what I mean? So today, I got a good life. If all I have to complain about is traffic and and broker bullshit, I got a good life, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm safe. I'm breathing. I got a brand new fitted on with a C on it. I got you people here to listen, and that show love. You know, I got my family. I got friends. You know, and I don't use that word loosely. I mean, I got real friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with a lot of people. I'm cool with a shitload of people. I'm cool with a whole damn country of people. Real talk, but I'm good with the friends that I have today. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know, I still get phone calls. I still get phone calls from I still get phone calls from my previous life. Yo, Choice, what up? Yo, I got this. I'm retired, man. It's that easy. I'm retired, man. No disrespect. I'm retired. I don't got no time for it. It's that easy. It's not, I got to scratch my head and think about it. I'm not going to lead this person down the road, down the path where he got to sit and wonder if I'm on board or not. Previous life, man. And I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for all these people that man, that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, real talk. And I'm going to say it again for all those people that I've talked to, new people that I've talked to on the phone in the last 2 months. Yo, I got, people called me up to ask me about my moms, man. Like, who does that? It's dudes that I've known my whole life for 40 years. I'm 46. But, you know, really, you don't really know nobody until you're 5 years old. All you know is, you know what I'm saying? But there's people I've known for 40 years. They don't call me and ask me about my moms. You know what I mean? These people wasn't looking for nothing. They just sincerely called me and asked me, how's your mother doing? I just wanted to be sure everything was okay and see how you was doing. Simple as that. Nothing more, not no oversaturated, drawn out, sorrowful phone call. Just some real, genuine, I just want to see how you was doing and make sure your mother was all right. You know, that shit to me, that's the type of shit that speaks volumes to who I am today. You know what I mean? That's what speaks volumes to who I am today. Um, Listen, I can get on this YouTube, who I am today, and air a whole bunch of people out, man. You know, I done been called some things. My ethnicity has been in question. Go figure. I done heard motherfuckers saying shit about my pops. I don't talk about nobody's family on here. I done heard shit, people talking about my dead father. You know what I mean? Someone who I'm very close to and dear to and still miss to this very second. I done heard so much bullshit on this YouTube shit. I done watched people talk about how much money they making and how they doing it all by themselves. And a lot of people, not just one person, a lot of people. And I know for sure, I know personally that that's not the case. Hundreds of followers, tens following to they every word. But I don't get on this YouTube shit and do that. I don't get on here and do that. Because it's not going to benefit me. It's unhealthy. And really, at the end of the day, I don't want to give that. Yeah, I don't want to give y'all that. You know what I mean? But it just amazes me because people have no clue who they're dealing with. You know? It's one of my mans that call me every morning on this YouTube. Calls me every morning. I know this dude's background. It's real. Like, this dude's background is serious. He's on this YouTube doing videos. And I'm not talking about Guilty 718. even though that's my family. I'm not talking about him. But he calls me every morning. You feel me? Every morning. And people have no idea who this dude is. You know, and I see people going at him and getting him riled up and have no clue what this man is capable of. Have no clue what this man has already done. You know what I mean? He shouldn't, I shouldn't say shouldn't. It's by the grace of God that he's free today. Real rap. It's by the grace of God that his feet is touching soil outside of them walls. You know what I mean? And put in real work, real work, real work, man. And I'm not saying that to let y'all know that I'm attached to somebody that's real, because like I said, I don't need to be validated. I already know what I already I know where I come from, I know what I've been through, know what I've done, and I know who I'm attached to, and I know who's in my corner. I don't need validation from anybody. There's only one person I need to be validated from, and let it be known right now is God. That's it. That's the only validation I need. From anybody else, I don't need it. So, um, just be careful, man. Be careful, because a lot of people out here talking real slick and doing some real underhanded shit and selling themselves in a different way. And today, those people are lucky. Today, those people are lucky they get away with it. Today, those people are lucky they get to walk away with no scars, blemishes, or whatever. Today, they need to be grateful, because I'm grateful for them. Look, I'm praying for them because they're clueless. They're clueless, you know. Look, I don't have any problem with hitting that. Not, I don't know if y'all know, but in that YouTube, there's those three little dots. When something comes up in your live feed, I don't have no problem with hitting those three little dots and saying, not interested. I don't even tempt myself with watching videos from other dudes, especially dudes that think they know who I am, or just whatever. I don't have no problem with that. But again, that's because I'm honest with myself and I know my limits. And I know that if left to my own devices, I'll click on a video and I'll watch it and be upset afterwards. I don't have no problem with telling anybody who's not a real friend, because my real friends don't bring this shit to my doorstep, but somebody want to text me or call me up and say, yo, you heard what? Look, I don't have no problem with telling them, do me a favor. No, I didn't hear it. Don't bring that shit over here again. No disrespect. No disrespect. Love you, but I'll see you later. You know what I mean? The only people I want around me is people who's gonna celebrate me. That's the people I want around me. You understand? Because that's what I'm gonna do for the people that I fucks with. I'm gonna celebrate them. I use this example, and this is what I mean in case nobody because people are like, oh, Choice just wants people to celebrate him. Nah, man. I don't even want you to celebrate me first. Celebrate God first. What I'm talking about is this. I keep using Rhodes. Rhodes, man, forgive me, but I keep using you as an example. I go to Rhodes, I say, yo, Rhodes, I got a new truck. I got a new truck. You know what I'm saying? And, yo, and Rhodes knows I've been waiting for that truck for months. Yo, Rhodes, I got a new truck. I got the new Peterbilt 579. And the first thing out of Rhodes' mouth is, man, must be nice. Shoot, I know if I had a new truck, I'd be doing this and be doing that. Man, I can't wait till I get a new truck. This, and that. You're not celebrating me, man. You're not on my page. Because if you was a real friend, you would be happy for me. And the first thing out of your mouth wouldn't be about you. You understand what I'm saying? You come to me, now switch it, and that didn't happen. Rose is my man throughout. So 100%. So if Rose comes to me and say, yo, Choice, I just got a new truck. I've been waiting on it. It just landed. I got it. I'm in it now. I'm driving. Yo, this shit is fire. First thing out of my mouth is going to be, yo, man, I'm happy for you, bro. I know you've been waiting for that for a while. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You did it, man. I knew you had it in you. I knew you had it in you. What's next for you? Can you imagine your potential right now? That's what's coming out of my mouth. I'm trying to celebrate the people I love, man. And that's the only people I want around me. I don't want the haters, man. I don't want the people that's gonna be on the phone with me and then get off the phone with me and call the next person up and talk some dumb, wild, underhanded, backdoor shit like, yo, I can't believe this nigga Choice said this and he think he making money now, and you was just on the phone with me, man. You was just on the phone with me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think that y'all don't got people like that in your life, you know, so beware, beware, beware. But shout out to everybody who knows and understands that they're not the person that they was before. And I ain't talking about just people, look, I'm not just talking about thugs and people that was in the streets. You might not even have came up in the street. You might not even have been thugging. You might not even have been gang banging. You might not even have been on no rah-rah shit. You might have been someone who was just angry 10 years ago. You might have been someone who was just really selfish and arrogant 10 years ago and really grew up with money and stuff. But today you're not that person. So I'm not just talking about street people. So don't put me in a box. Don't put what I'm saying in a box. I'm talking to everybody. Shout out, salute, prayers up to everybody who understands that their growth is important and that they're not the person they were before in that previous life. I salute all of y'all. Real talk. All of y'all, man. This social media thing is serious. This social media thing is serious. I'm glad I get the chance to talk to y'all. I'm glad I have the ability and the capacity to be able to do live feeds and do photography, write blogs, and do videos. And I'm glad that I was graced with that talent to be able to do those things. It's a beautiful thing, but I need to also be aware of how I use this channel. I need to be aware of that. So when you wonder where Choice been or whatever, you know, it ain't nothing. Like social media is social media. I like it. I'd be a fool and a liar to tell you if I ain't like it. I'd be a fool and a liar to tell you if I ain't entertained by it. But I'm also very aware of the dangers of social media, man. And it's crazy because like a lot of these people, I ain't YouTube wasn't even, I don't know how long YouTube been out, but I'm new to YouTube, really. I didn't start messing with YouTube, even watching YouTube, till I got in the truck. I only got in the truck 3.5 years ago. So I'm new to this YouTube thing. So like others, I wasn't aware. I didn't have an understanding of how crazy it was. I knew Facebook was how it was. But now I understand that social media as a whole, man, there's so many dangers in it. It's crazy, man. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Knowledge is growing. Knowing is half the battle. That's what G.I. Joe said, huh? That's what G.I. Joe said. Sean said, the method works well, man. Not interested. I do it all the time. Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, all those channels. That's a fact, Sean, man. Glad to see you, brother. You know, what's a validation? Fact. Let me tell you what. Take that red hat off and get a blue one. yo, you know this is the only red hat in the collection, Will. This is the only red hat in the collection. Red do look good on your man, though. A little something. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Red look a little, it pops. You know, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Yo, Dominic say, Choice, do you ever make stops here in Milford, New Haven, Connecticut? You're the best mentor I look at for trucking. I'm currently aiming to go to Swift Flatbed Division next month. Yo, Dominic, email me, choicemas@gmail.com. I am in Connecticut sometimes. I'll probably be in Connecticut more after this New Jersey contract ends. As long as this New Jersey contract that I'm doing, I won't be in Connecticut. But afterwards, I'm sure I will. I do be in the New Haven, Connecticut area. But email me, one of my wrenches, if y'all don't mind throwing my email up for that guy. Email me. I shoot you my number. That's another thing, man. I don't got no problem with shoot. I don't got a Google number. I don't got the WhatsApp number. Look, I give out my number, man. I don't got a problem with giving out my number. I don't got a problem with giving out my email. Because it's easy not to talk to somebody I don't want to talk to. Uh, and I don't know about other people, but I don't get trolled on my phone. I don't know what it's about. Maybe it just don't happen. Either way, I still don't mind giving out my number. I talk to people. If you know me, and anybody that really, really knows me, knows that I like to help, man. I like to help. Hence, truckers feeding the homeless. I like to help. You know what I mean? It's the way. Oh, man, it's a lot of people out here too talking about how they want to see you grow. They sit on this. They sit on this camera and they're like, yo, I want to see you grow. That's what my channel is about. It's about growth. Uh, it's so untrue, man. It's so untrue. Beware. It's yo man. It's okay, like I said, to be entertained on here. Look, don't even take everything that I say. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. If it's something that I say that you can research, research it. Please, by all means. You know what I mean? Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Don't hang on to what I say like it's the best thing you ever heard. I'm asking you not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a man, you're a woman, do your research, do your math, figure it out. Don't be holding on to these entertainers and YouTube truckers words like, you know, for all you new truckers out there, let me say this too. If you want to know about trucking, there's a lot of information on YouTube. If you want to grow in trucking, if you want to really get out here and do something, and you got something that you're trying to build, don't build it on the strength of what someone said on YouTube. Just don't do it, man. Don't do it. Because I can tell you right now, knowing from experience and knowing people who are not on YouTube and are doing extremely amazing in the trucking industry, they're not on YouTube. And they'll be the first ones to tell you or me that shit that these people is talking about, yo, there is one guy that I would say if you're gonna watch someone and you want some information about this YouTube trucking shit, go watch Make Sense. Watch Make Sense. Don't hang on to his every word. Like I said, don't do that. Don't go hanging on to, oh, he's the best. I can't, everything he said. That's not what I'm saying. But if you want some good information, check out Make Sense channel. Make Sense. Sense is spelled CENTS. not make sense. Like you're making sense. You know. Anyway, go check them out. Outside of that, I don't know what to tell you, man. Um, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but and the info is free. I say no, thank you. They keep calling click. Dominic, a choice. Do you ever make? Oh, I read that one already. Let me go back a little. Um, I hit you off the strength. I hit you because I know you won't give cupcake answers, meaning you won't say sucker shit just to appease me. You straight tell me, dog, you fucking up. Oh, that's what Rose is talking about. Where you parked that choice? I'm at the terminal in Indiana. I'm at the terminal in Indiana. I couldn't go nowhere because of that accident, man. That accident is right at my exit, 4 miles up the street. I can't get out of here. So, of course, that delayed me. Um, I won't be able to get home on a Friday as a result. And, it is what it is. It's not the company's fault. It's not the broker's fault this week. But, DC, you do you facts. Um, so, but that's where I'm at. I'm in Walcott, Indiana. Anybody over near the Walcott area down at that petrol pilot? Holla, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Jeremy Higgins, stop the clock. I know I missed a lot of people, man. I'm sorry if I missed you, if I wasn't paying attention to the. Yo, Caleb, thank you for the $20 super chat. I, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, but next time, Caleb, I got the Cash App, man. Don't let YouTube take that money. That's that social media shit. Taking 40% of my change, man. Uh, there he is. Transport Girl Hustle said, that's called cutting ties with someone that no longer deserves your energy. I've cut many people out of my life, family included. That's what it is, yup. That's exactly what it is. My man Daz is in the building. Big Houston is here. My outlook on life is to be positive. I believe that. I believe that. Every time you come in here, if you're still in here, you're always positive when you come in here. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah. So it's crazy what if y'all could be a fly on the wall in my truck every day. I could tell you right now, I know off the fact, and I don't know arrogant or cocky shit, because I'm not saying it's the best thing. I know it ain't a bad thing, but I am not your average trucker. If you was a fly on the wall of my truck, y'all might y'all might want to get out of the truck as soon as possible. Shit, should I be listening to audio books going down the road? You know what I mean? I listen to a lot of uh, hours and hours upon hours of Christian motivationals, and regular motivationals, and I talk to my mans on the phone for hours too. And we talk about real life shit. You know what I mean? So, um, but I got my camera on deck, man. I've been, if y'all don't know, go follow me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? This is one of my lenses. Me and my boy Rhodes, Less Travel, has inspired me to get back on my photography game that I haven't really touched since high school, to believe it or not. And yeah, y'all know how many years ago that was. So I'm thankful to him for doing that. But if y'all don't know, go check me on Instagram at Choicemas. Photography, Choicemas photography. But if you would put in Choicemas, I'm gonna come up. You know what I mean? On any platform, Twitter, Choicemas, Instagram, Choicemas, YouTube, Choicemas, Facebook, Choicemas. However, I'm never on Facebook, so if you're trying to like reach out to me on Facebook, it's not gonna work. Uh, SW Positivity at Sharon Watts is the only support you can have. Gives you the chance to get the perspective of how people truly are, even family. Yeah, I agree with that. Well said. Well said. That pick was off the chain. Oh, that pick with the chain. Yeah, I appreciate that, Corey. I appreciate it, man. I took that in Montana. Actually, I got a video with that. You know what's crazy? It's one of, if not my favorite video I've ever put on YouTube, and it probably has the least amount of views. It probably has the least amount of views, but it's my favorite video that I've ever posted. And the picture, some pictures that I took that morning in Montana, the video is called The Outlaw. I think it's called The Outlaw because I changed the title. I think it was called Running from the Sun, and then I changed it to The Outlaw. But that's one of my favorite videos, man, that I ever did. Got the least amount of views. It's not a securement video, that's why. Everybody wants to see securement videos. That camera looks like mine. I love mine. KP, I owe you a phone call. I'll give you a phone call after the live feed. You was calling me. I think I was securing something while you was calling me. But yo, I hope everybody's good. I've been on here longer than an hour. I don't really want to be on here and stretch it out. And but I got on. I said what I needed to say. I appreciate y'all all stepping in here, sticking with me. If I sounded like I wasn't talking about nothing, I don't know what to tell you, man. Mike, what's up? Peace, Mike. I did my best. I don't think I'm the most eloquent, well-spoken person, especially on YouTube. But I do my best, man. You know what it is. So, with that said, y'all all have a blessed night. Y'all be cool. Y'all stay fresh. Most of all, put God first. Choice Mass.